We're ready to go. We're here at the first ever Baja 1000 starting in La Paz, so we're super excited to be here and ready to rip.
Plan on going pretty hard and get.
Oh my God.
It was awesome. Really nerve-wracking.
We are slipping and sliding.
Nastiest, dustiest Baja 1000 ever.
June 7-7, you got a copy.
It's about 1,000 miles to go. The harder it is, the better it is.
The outcome was pretty epic.
Screaming and yelling.
Freaking awesome, to be honest with you.
We can't be happier.
And we proved it.
That hug at the finish line with my pops meant a lot.
I felt like we had dotted all our I's and crossed all our T's, and the truck should go the 1,300 miles without an issue.
I'm doing here from La Paz up to San Ignacio. It should be pretty fast up to San Ignacio.
CJ came on board. He's raced that southern section in trophy truck in one car, so he knew it really well. So it just made most sense to have him do that southern section. Travis Chase likes to drive at night, so it made most sense to have him do that middle section. And then me and Pete love San Felipe and that rough, nasty stuff, so it made sense for us to do the last section.
At 125, we were bunched up, so we figured we'd try an early pit. Worked out great for us. They came in, their guys did a great job on the Hutchins crew, put in fuel, took off. We lost a little bit of track position, but we were able to pick all that back up as the trucks in front of us started pitting about right around 175.
He was picking people off, but we also saw where like some of the fast guys were making mistakes. I mean, the two guys right off the bat stuffed it into a ditch.
CJ and Derek J just clipped along and just kept moving up. It's like, can't believe this is happening, right? This is going right to plan.
They were doing really good. They started 13th. I think they got up to second on corrected time, like 4th or 5th on the road. He had some really good lines, did his time down there pre-running.
By the time they rolled into Loreto, which was our second pit, right around race mile 300, they're third guy on the road.
Got through the first sail bed at just after 300, so we were watching them on the live feed, and we were all excited, getting ready to leave the house in San Felipe to go, go to our spot where we were going to wait for the truck.
We're chasing Fox down. I think we're second or third on time there, but right behind Fox. Jeff and I and Luke were in the chase truck, just leaving Laredo, thinking, sweet, we're gonna get by the silt. Right, everybody's seen the silt pictures.
got stuck.
First place got stuck, and CJ got stuck right behind him. So, again, the fast guys all got stuck. After that, once he got going, we had the only issue we had all day when he was stuck. The cab got filled with silt from the truck in front of him. He made it 40 miles up the road to us.
We beat probably 10 pounds of silt out of the filter. It was so clogged that it actually collapsed itself.
I think at the time we were 17th on the road, and he handed the truck to Travis Chase 7th on the road. So he picked off some people, and then Travis took off from there.
They killed their section, and we just kept picking up one after one after one. Through the night, they ran through El Arco. They had the tricky Catavina loop up in race mile 900.
And him and Jake did a phenomenal job. They had one slow tire going down that they monitored, and it was losing a pound every 15 miles, so they finally stopped and changed it. They got stuck behind a guy that lost a power steering pump in Fred's tractor trail, so they had to wait 5 minutes. Other than that, they brought Travis a really good truck.
We actually pitted at 960, which was Gonzaga Bay. Travis and Pete had been waiting there patiently or impatiently all day long.
Tell you what, they gave us a really good truck. That was the plan, is they were gonna just run smooth and run a good pace, 80-90%, get us a clean truck, see where we were, and then see if we could battle to the end.
Travis is top dog down in San Felipe, so if you give him a good truck, he's gonna go fast. He loves that stuff. He thrives on it.
It's been raining off and on all day and all night in San Felipe, which was a rarity, and the race conditions were almost epic with the rain. There was no dust, and they just put the wood down. They hammered it down there.
Tell you what, not having any dust at all was awesome. I mean, we fully expected to have some dust, but we figured it'd be pretty spread out by the time it got to us.
It was just a lot of whoops. I mean, it was crazy how rough that stuff was, and I was just like going through this truck, I'm like, holy, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be replaced.
We were running fourth, and we were pretty far out of third, so we were just trying to maintain and keep a good pace going.
Pete was on the radio, do we have any shot at a podium? And I said, nope, just keep going forward. Because I didn't want them to push any harder. I knew they were already pushing it hard. Hey, just run your pace. At the time, I think we were fourth on the road.
Everybody saw what happened with with Jason Coleman, the motor popped, that magically things start falling into position, and now it's like, oh my gosh, you know, we're 40 miles from the finish and that guy's motor just blew up. We're in 3rd place for the Baja 1000. We'll take it. This is going to be great.
They come into Ojos and they're like, hey, you know, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, yep. And at this time when they got to Ojos, I knew Marcel had crashed.
Jeff, you know, he was out on the road when we went through Ojos, you know, telling us to be smart. And we tried to splash him. He thinks we tried to run him over, but we did try to splash him.
I'm pretty sure between me, Eric, and Luke, from Ojos to the finish, there wasn't 2 words said. I mean, you could have heard a pin drop in that truck.
That last 100 miles, like no one told me it'd be that stressful. Like I thought I was gonna throw up every 5 minutes.
10 or 15 miles from the finish, then we saw Marcel's truck sitting on the side of the road, and we saw all the Grabowskis and those guys standing next to him. And I was like, oh crap, that was 2nd place. I think we're actually in 2nd place.
All of a sudden they pass them and we're like, oh my God. You know, and it's still, but they still had 2 miles to go. So you're still like, so we didn't say nothing. All of a sudden Pete comes over the radio. And I mean, I wish we had that recorded, because that was, you know, the happiest, you know, you can imagine of anybody. I mean, those guys were just going off. Next thing you know, they're FaceTiming Luke and screaming and yelling, and you know, we teared up.
Pete got us lost after we went through the timing loop to get to the finish mesa or whatever. Yeah, he didn't tell me to turn, or he told me to turn too early, so we ended up in some crazy neighborhood, got to rev our engines and make kids happy.
You know, they came across the finish line, and next thing you know, we're 2nd place, Baja 1000.
They said that, yeah, we got 2nd, and we were just, you know, we just lost our shit.
We celebrated like we worked, and it was a good finish.
Pete's motto all week was he wants to finish by 9, 10 in the morning and drunk by noon.
And we're like, all right, if we have a good day, you know, it should happen. You know, I mean, we were kind of figuring out 24 hours or so to do the race if you had no problems, and we're like, all right, that's a good goal.
You had to have a couple stiff ones to get to the drunk by noon.
Let's just say we were drunk by noon.
So we were super excited about that because we accomplished all of our goals.
Let's go, everybody.
It was pretty darn epic.
It means a lot. I mean, it still really hasn't sunk in.
Overcome everything we did, you know, 1,320 miles, longest race ever. Our first Baja 1000 ever as a team. Our first full season of SCORE to finish every mile, end up 3rd in points and 2nd at the Baja 1000. If you would have asked me this at the beginning of the season, I would have told you you're smoking crack.
This year was phenomenal. Next year we might not finish any races, but you know, it's not going to be for lack of effort or lack of trying.
We can't be happier.